Hello. I want to talk about parenting adult children. Yes, it's a thing. I speak from experience, but I have a different take on it. When I talk about parenting adult children, to me, it means I'm their parent. They are adults. There are boundaries for me. I have clear defined boundaries. I have a son, I have a daughter. They're adults. They have their own lives. I know what my children choose to share with me, to expose me to in their life. My son has a wonderful girlfriend who I love as if she's my own daughter. They live together. She knows him better than I do because she lives with him. She knows a side of him I don't need to know because he's her man. He's my son. My daughter has her own life. A couple years ago, not too many, she had several medical emergencies, which has permanently changed her life. But she's still able to live independently with her youngest son. She makes decisions about her life that I have to respect because she's an adult and I'm not her caretaker. I'm not taking care of her. She's taking care of herself. So for me as a parent, I'm just that, a parent. I'm not parenting. I have set boundaries for myself when it comes to my children. There are just certain things I'm not going to do. They don't have to tell me not to do them. I'm just not going to do them. I'm not going to make a decision for my son or insert myself into his relationship to make decisions. If I'm asked, I give it raw. I'm just raw. My filter don't always work, especially when it comes to my children. So if they ask me a question, I'm going to be very direct and give them, what I believe to be true or what I believe is the best course of action. Now, they got to decide what they're going to do with that information. But I don't insert myself in their life so that they can't be the adult in their life. So I encourage you to set boundaries for yourself. Set them for yourself. If you have adult children, your whole focus should be something totally different. I'm at a point in my life where retirement is right there. I mean, it's like within reach, I can touch it. So that's kind of my focus. That is my focus. My focus is not what did my son do or where is my son? No. No. My focus is what's next for Elaine. Now, there's the mama bear in me that stays ready so she don't have to get ready, but she's not often triggered. When she is, her presence is known. Case in point, when my daughter was having the medical emergencies, when she was in the hospital, I made my presence known. When she had doctor's appointments, I made my presence known. I walked the fine line of parenting. And when I went too far, she would say, Mom. So, I had no choice but to, stop, chill out. And, but the purpose of this video is to encourage you to allow your children to do the adulting thing without you inserting yourself. And sometimes your children will make decisions that you just can't support, you can't be behind. I say pray for them and let them do their thing. I love my children. I'm blessed that we have a relationship, but I'm not willing to put myself out there to the point where, I am no longer able to function. I'm not going to be a part of chaos. I'm not going to invite chaos in my life. Not that they have chaos. I'm just saying that's not something I welcome in my life. I'm not inviting anything that's going to disturb my peace. Life happens. You deal with life and the things that come with it, the changes that come with life. And I recognize that my children are in different seasons of their life, and I have to, witness some of these changes. And sometimes I can contribute pearls of wisdom, and sometimes I have to stand back and just watch and pray for them. And then there are some adult children where they're so far off the path that the parent have to like cut ties, or the parent's so far off that the kids have to cut ties. And I would say that it's okay to love them and let them go. Let them adult. Set boundaries for yourself so that you can be the person you were created to be. You were not meant to be parenting for all of your life. Even if the child is on the spectrum, there's some level of independence that they can learn and apply. And you can still set boundaries for yourself of what you will and won't do, how involved you will and won't be. So adulting is something we all must do at some point in our life. And right now, my adulting is what's next for Elaine. I'm not going to be in my daughter's house trying to regulate, or my son's home trying to regulate. That's not what I choose to do at this point in life. And I'm sure they appreciate that. But it's a boundary I set for myself without having them set it for me. And I think that enhances our relationship because there's a respect level. When I'm not intruding, my son feels like the man that he is. My daughter feels like the woman she is. If I'm always in there trying to control things, they will feel like children, not adults. I don't have the time or energy for it. I like them being adults. I say all the time, I'm so glad my children are grown. I am. And so I encourage you, let your children do the adulting thing, set the boundaries for yourself, and enjoy your life so that you have peace. It's your time. They're adults.